Greetings all, it's the Devious Monkey here. Welcome to yet another glorious Bagel Sunday. Not quite so glorious out though. Plummeted temperature from the 60s and sunny yesterday to right now, the 40s and pissing rain. We are to get a wintry mix today, which means rain and possibly snow. Okay. I've been filming a lot, and I filmed an entire video yesterday, but it sucked. So I'm redoing it today. The video is about this camera, the Lumix S9. At one point, I had watched a video from a creator who went to Japan and got a special limited edition Lumix S9 Gold Titanium Edition. What's it mean? It's colored different. It basically has like a very retro, muted goldy titanium look to it. It also had a kit lens, the 18-40 kit lens, which was also done in the same color scheme. It came in this special box. It had, special strap, this, that, and the other thing, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, I don't know if you're really going to want to fly to Japan to get one of these things, but they're pretty cool. And I was like, that is pretty cool. And I looked it up on Lumix's website, and it was available for purchase for Joe Schmoes like me. If it was available. It wasn't. But it did have a place where you could put your email address in and get put on a list to possibly get one, because they were making very limited amounts of them. And I thought, why not? I have gone back and forth on this S9 over the past year or so, where it's been in my cart, it's been out of my cart, back and forth dozens, and I mean that, dozens of times. So I was like, I'm never gonna get one of these things. There's so many other people that probably want it, that they're gonna get it. I figured I got nothing to lose. So I put it on the list and I forgot about it. Well, then it turns out that I was sitting in 3 Ships one day and I got an email saying, hey, you can get one of these, maybe. Even if you try to do it now, putting it in your cart, it might not be available. I put it in the cart right there and bought it right on the spot. And it went through. 3 days later, I had it. Now, it was not that super special box with the presentation and all the other shit that came with it. But I did manage to catch it at the perfect time because I ended up getting a discounted price plus a bunch of free shit. One of the free items was, I think it's a 26 millimeter manual pancake lens, and everybody made a big deal about it when it came out. Love or hate. Kind of like this camera. You got that for free. They also had a special where you could then contact SanDisk and get a free 512 gigabyte SD card. So I did that too. Here I ended up getting, I worked it out when I tried to price everything out. I got $660 worth of shit for free. I have not had time to play with this camera as much as, say, I've done with my Insta360 stuff, simply because of the fact that there's only so much time in a day, and there's only so many things that you can play with. I will not be shooting video with this a lot. I have other cameras for that, but I do plan on carrying this around with me as my everyday carry street photography type camera. It's just pissing rain. It's a horrible day, and I need to go get these bagels. So let's go do that. Tiny bag, but bagels gotten. Not only that, but because it's paper, it's already disintegrating because it's raining so hard. Ugh, what a day. Time to snarf. All right, here we are now in the studio in daylight. Granted, it's crappy out, so it's not sunny and everything, but I have my Falcon eyes on. I have the June light on. I'm right in the center, the window. It looks really dark on the screen, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I do have the 18-40 kit lens on. It can only go as wide open as 6.3, so not a lot of light getting in. And we're going to see what the difference is when we put the 50 1.8 on. So let's do that right now. All right, so now we have the 50 millimeter 1.8 on. It still looks pretty dark for being wide open at 1.8 with 2 lights and outside light directly on me. I probably have to check the settings. One of the things that I've been working on though since last night when I shot the crappy video obviously was the sound. I now have everything set to -6. And I think, if anything, it might be a little bit low, but not too crazy, because when, you know me, when I always say I talk like I'm up at and I scream and I yell, even now it's just hitting at 12, or I'm sorry, -12. So like, all right, boom, there, that just clipped because I cleared my throat, but I would cut that out anyways. So I think we're okay. I am sitting inside. It is 1:45 right now. I need to do day job stuff. I need to do laundry, blah, 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 blah. I don't feel like doing it right now. I just want to test this camera. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the truck, and I'm gonna film in the truck on the way to 3 Ships, and then I'll film at 3 Ships, because these 3 things are where you're always gonna see me, for the most part. I'm either gonna be here in the studio, I'm gonna be sitting in my truck road raging, or I'm gonna be at 3 Ships drinking too much caffeine. So for now, that's it for the studio. Let's head out to 3 Ships. All right, so we're headed to 3 Ships now. It's just an awful day out. It has just not stopped raining at all. I have been playing around with this and going back and forth with the lenses. I just want to say that I'm gonna check, but I thought that I set the screen to like sunny weather, full brightness. I don't give a shit how much battery that eats up. I hate having a dark screen. But it definitely shows up darker on the screen than the footage that I see when I put it to the computer. Because like I said, when I had it on the 50 1.8, at 1.8, it still looked dark on the screen. And when I got it onto the computer, it was more than bright enough. That's bad, because that means that it's not giving you a true representation of what you're seeing, and you may make decisions to correct what you see on the screen, thereby making your actual footage not right. In other words, you're going to brighten it up too much because you're going to make it so bright that it looks normal on the screen, but now it's going to blow out in your actual footage, and then you're going to have to readjust for it. So that's not cool. I could go on and on with the little things about every camera I've ever had that are like, seriously? But the whole point is that there is no perfect camera. There is no perfect system. There's the best that you have that pretty much mostly does what you want it to do, but there's always going to be some drawback to everything. So you just have to find what works for you. And that's another reason why I'm constantly buying shit and trying it out and seeing if there's something that works just a little bit better, or if there's something that absolutely does not work. So I'll tell you, don't waste your money, and here's why. But it's up to the individual to seek out that knowledge themselves. All right, we're home. Let's go inside, do other shit. Okay, so here we are. We're in the office. I'm listening to all of the footage that I pulled off of this over the past several days. All in all, I will say that I like this little camera. I mean, it's perfectly, just a nice little size. Obviously, it's a kit lens, so that isn't the greatest. It'll be good enough because I'm just like carrying it around and taking, you know, like everyday pictures. You know, I don't need anything spectacular. But if I'm gonna be shooting video, this lens is not gonna cut it unless there's a lot of light, or if I'm in this studio and I have all the lights turned on. But all in all, I will say that I enjoy this camera. Don't regret buying it. I'm gonna keep it in the stable. No reason to get rid of it unless somebody wants to pay me $5 grand for it for some unknown reason, and I don't see that happening. So it's gonna stick around. All right, you got the idea. The camera's pretty cool, I like it. Let me know what you think though of the footage and the sound once I finally got it dialed in, and of the, you know, the pictures, whatever. Let me know what you think. That's all you get for today, because I have other shit to do. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them down below. As always, thanks for joining me. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, kids, forward and up.